My name is Jonathan Gans, and I am the chef and one of the founders of Leburger 4304 in Linden Hills neighborhood of Minneapolis, Minnesota. We're a French-inspired burger place. I was born in Paris. My mom famously tells the story that my first solid food that I had was pate. My parents both spoke French a lot. They were American, but my dad was working in Paris. Inspired by French onion soup, where you have this real depth of flavor. It's the l'oignon, which is the onion burger. And so our mindset was, how many different layers of onions can we put into this burger? We use a Gruyere cheese, caramelized onions, pickled shallots, fresh chive, and we take a veal demi-glace and fold that into some really rich mayo. We moved back to the States when I was 2 or 3, and I grew up in Seattle. My restaurant career really actually started in the front of the house, waiting tables. I decided that I really wanted to cook professionally. I found at the time the best restaurant in Seattle, a restaurant called Rover's, owned and ran by a French chef named Thierry Richereau, who was an award-winning chef, James Beard award-winning, for incredible French technique, and really harassed him to let me apprentice with him. I worked for free for 6 months. That's how I got my foot in the door. The things that I learned there, the way that we caramelize onions, is the way that I learned how to do it in that kitchen. The biggest lesson I learned is that you treat every ingredient like it's the most important ingredient. We're a French burger place. We have a history of fine dining. Like, what's the fanciest French version of the burger that we can make? Our Royale burger. We add black truffle aioli. We make foie gras torchon, and we shave that over the top of the burger. I cooked for a long time in Seattle. Got to the point in my career where I just needed a break, and a friend of mine recruited me into the insurance business. I thought I would do that for maybe a year, then try to open a restaurant. 7 years later, that job took me here to Minneapolis. The strange thing was that now that I was out of the restaurant business, I actually did find a lot more joy in cooking at home. I realized that I missed the creative part of the restaurant business. I missed the camaraderie. That led me to being the executive chef of a restaurant called The Bachelor Farmer. And then COVID hit, and the restaurant shut down. Somebody I worked with there, Josh Hoyt, who was the director of operations. Josh comes from quite a burger background. He was the DO at Red Cow. With my French background and him being American and experiencing burgers, one day we said, what would happen if 2 American guys went to Paris and tried to open a burger place? That was sort of the origin story of Leburger. We wanted to have a signature burger, and our signature burger is called Leburger. A 1/4 pound patty of beef. We use a proprietary beef to us called Premier Cru beef, pressed on the flat top to get nice caramelization. House-made pickles. Our signature sesame top bun that's buttered with a miso butter and griddled on the flat top. Cooper's American cheese, and our signature sauce, which we call La Sauce, which is mayo, Dijon mustard, roasted garlic, and then sort of a few secret ingredients. We have a burger on our menu called l'Américaine, and that burger is actually inspired from this little tiny burger stand in a town in Montana called Seeley Lake, Montana, which is a no stoplight town, and there's a burger shack there that they have a burger called the Seeley Burger. It's still probably my favorite burger I've ever had in my life. It's like the absolute classic burger. Our homage to that is l'Américaine. American cheese, ketchup, mayo, mustard, red onion, lettuce, tomato. As classic as it gets. For people that didn't eat beef, we've done a beet patty as a vegetarian patty. We also have a chickpea-based patty, which is vegan. So our mushroom burger, we use maitake mushroom. We have a brine that we make for them, tamari and a bunch of things. So they get kind of soaked in that, and then breaded in a gluten-free, dredged, deep fried, so they're crispy on the outside and kind of chewy in the middle. A mushroom duxelle mayo, and then we take brie and we whip it up really nice so it's super creamy and it's stellar. So of course, we're a burger place, we have to have excellent fries, and for us this was an opportunity to set ourselves apart and lean on the technique that we developed over years in fine dining. They're an absolutely incredible amount of labor that we put into them. It's a 3-step process, so we hand cut the potatoes, and then we water blanch the fries as a first step in a court bouillon, which is like a seasoned water with vinegar and herbs and salt. Potatoes get cooled down in a blast chiller. We oil blanch them, so cook them in oil at low temp, and once they are out of the oil, we cool them down and then freeze them, and then we fry them to order, which really allows for the incredibly crispy exterior and an interior that's just creamy and fluffy. We have a house seasoning, and then the fries get served with the La Sauce. To me, the difference between a good restaurant and a great restaurant is more about the mindset of the people working there than anything else. Just because it's a fast casual place or a burger place doesn't mean that there's not intentionality behind it. Our core values that we have at Leburger are par excellence, which is a French phrase that means above reproach, or like the best possible version of it. We call our burgers par excellence. And esprit de corps, which is a mindset of teamwork. These are things that we sort of glean from French culture a little bit that I think are so important for us as a company.